Greetings of peace, everyone. This is Craig Considine of Rice University. I'm going to bring you on a little journey of sorts, and I'm going to explain to you the kind of connection that, again, I've been privileged to make with Islam in Spanish. The relationship really started back in 2016 or so when I was trying to figure out who's who in Houston. Obviously, with my research and my interfaith activities, I wanted to start making connections with people. And I came across something I've never really seen before, this entity called Islam in Spanish. And as a sociologist, and indeed as a Christian and a human being, this Islam in Spanish really fascinated me. It reminded me of the richness of our communities, the richness of our religions, and this kind of amazing fusion that often happens between peoples and cultures and traditions. So I sent a cold email to the Islam in Spanish website, and I got a really favorable response. And I invited the Islam in Spanish team to my classroom at Rice University, and to kind of put it bluntly, the rest is history. Islam in Spanish has been coming to my classes at Rice University, specifically Muslims in American Society, which is a 300 level course, every semester for the last 4 or so years. And we've been able to not only establish a bond with each other, but we've really made a connection with students, the next generation of leaders. Rice students are always fascinated by the richness and the welcoming attitude and the vibrancy that Islam in Spanish brings to any setting. It's an essence that is inspiring, that is honest, and that, at least for me, has always been loving. The hospitality that Islam in Spanish has showed me over the years has been truly remarkable. Personally, I've been able to collaborate with Islam in Spanish in so many different ways. You know, we've been part of a Vice documentary together. We've done so many different kind of panel events at, for instance, the ISNA annual convention. We've collaborated the last 2 years on that front. And again, I've invited Islam in Spanish multiple times to give lectures at Rice University as well. So really a substantial body of work and knowledge that has come out of this beautiful relationship. Now I want to give you some sociological insight too, kind of a deeper understanding, perhaps an academic understanding of Islam in Spanish at large. For me, one of the first things I contemplated in seeing the work of Islam in Spanish was the beautiful academic hypothesis of la convivencia, or living together, or living with difference. La convivencia is the academic hypothesis that relates to a remarkable period in history, largely from 711 to 1492, when there was essentially a Muslim rule or an Islamic civilization flourishing in Spain, the Iberian Peninsula. And this period in time is remarkable because it really was a synthesis of cultures, of religions, of traditions, of ethnicities, all blending into kind of one common entity, which was diverse, it was complex, it was rich, it was vibrant. And Jews, Christians, Muslims, people of all walks of life were contributing to kind of the common good, or contributing to progress in general. And what amazes me about this period is that it's really one of the most glorious periods in human civilization. Extraordinary progress was made in science, in literature, in mathematics, in engineering, and so on and so forth. So when I think about this time in history, I'm also reminded that history repeats itself in many ways. And we see La Convivencia being reborn in many ways with Islam in Spanish. This is a community, an organization that, again, is able to blend so many different facets of human life, from culture to race, ethnicity, religion, whatever it might be. And it's all kind of blending into something new, something beautiful, something that It's not easy to categorize. It's not easy to place. It's really an organization that represents humanity. And to me, that is beautiful. I'd also like to offer another sociological concept, that is cross-cultural navigators. And I think this concept, cross-cultural navigators, really does embody a lot of the work that Islam in Spanish does. Members of this community, particularly its leaders, are able to enter into different, let's say, cultural realms, and they're able to swiftly navigate them. So this means that they have the literacy, they have the wherewithal, they have the knowledge to interact with different groups of people because of their innate diversity and who they are and their unique identities. So they're able to understand the secular world, the American world. They're able to understand the Latinx world, and they're able to explain and understand the Islamic world. And I know these are kind of harsh categories, they're homogenizing, but I think you get what I mean. Islam in Spanish is really able to move swiftly throughout all of these realms of society. And in my own opinion, this is really an asset for the future, because all of our societies, all of our communities are becoming increasingly diverse and complex. And we need people with the cultural wherewithal and literacy to bring us forward in a positive and constructive manner. And let me end by wishing you all a happy Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak to each and every single one of you. I hope the holy month is enriching, spiritually uplifting, and a time and period that enables you to connect to our Creator. Thank you all so much for listening. I am praying for each and every single one of you, and God bless. Thank you.